Hello and welcome. I'm Manus MacLean. This is Brain Drain Newsroom. It's Thursday, September 11th, 2025. Today we focus on new legal limits, music and migration, and individual precedent that may affect many. Here are today's stories. A judge in Los Angeles limits DHS force against journalists during protests. Bad Bunny skips the U.S. in his tour, citing fear of ICE raids targeting his fans. The case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, protections, deportation, and charges. It just goes on and on. Let's start with the courts. The first item, according to the Washington Post, federal judge Hernán D. Vera has issued a preliminary injunction across 7 counties in Southern California. DHS, Department of Homeland Security, agents, including ICE, CBP or Customs Border Patrol, and the Federal Protective Service, are barred from using crowd control weapons against journalists covering protests unless there is a serious threat. That would mean no tear gas. Agents must also give 2 audible warnings before deploying those tools. This is important because it recognizes that journalists covering immigration enforcement are being caught in the crossfire. Protests by nature vibrate with tension, and this ruling offers a legal check on how force is deployed in the name of order. It also affirms First Amendment protections in a moment where press freedoms are under pressure. What happens now? The government may appeal. It may test this limit. But for now, journalists in the LA region have a little legal breathing space. Here's a different angle. Culture meets policy. The Guardian reports that artist Bad Bunny has left out U.S. cities from his upcoming world tour because of worries ICE raids will threaten the safety of Latino concertgoers. Think about that. A global star adjusting his tour schedule due to fear of immigration enforcement. That's not just about policy, it's about how enforcement shapes culture, public gatherings, and personal freedom. It signals something broader. Folks and communities are feeling vulnerable, even in spaces that should be safe and celebratory. We should ask, what assurances do fans have? Are people being discouraged from public cultural expression because of enforcement fear? The ripple effects are significant. Third, a legal case that illustrates both risk and resilience. AP News reports that 30-year-old Kilmar Abrego Garcia from El Salvador was deported despite having an earlier grant of protection from an immigration judge due to credible fear of persecution by gangs. That order was violated. Now, after return to the U.S., he faces human smuggling charges that his legal team say are politically motivated and harmful. He is detained in Virginia and fighting to clear up his status. For many immigrants, cases like his aren't exceptions. They're warnings. When legal protections are undermined by administration and bureaucracy, it erodes faith in the system. If the legal maneuvers in his case succeed, it may offer some precedent for how courts treat the balance between protection and enforcement. These 3 stories share common threads. Legal accountability, whether it's a judge reining in authority in the LA ruling or legal teams fighting back in the Garcia case. The courts are showing signs of pushback. Atmosphere of fear, fans avoiding concerts, journalists covering protests, vulnerable communities staying silent. These are the consequences of policy, not just headlines. individual lives under law. Policies often seem abstract until they touch a person. Garcia's case, journalist safety, artist tour decisions, all of them foreground individuals navigating immigration law in real time. It's not enough to debate enforcement in policy briefs. We need to see how it is felt on the ground. If these stories move you, here's how you can act. First, donate. Independent reporting matters. Visit braindrain.org/donate to support journalism that holds power to account. 2. Volunteer. Legal aid clinics, press freedom groups, immigrant support organizations need help. Perhaps you can assist with documentation, translation, or advocacy. 3. Stay informed and share. These stories multiply when people know them. Share them in your networks, encourage discussions in classrooms, at dinner tables, and on social media. Thanks for spending this time with me. On this day, September 11th, we remember that law, rights, and compassion are intertwined, especially at borders, in courts, and in public space. I'm Manus MacLean. Stay courageous, stay informed, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this and maybe even learned something new. If you did, don't just vanish into the algorithm. Hit like, subscribe, and follow us on social. It's the easiest way to support our work and make sure you never miss what's next. Want to stay in the loop without relying on big tech's mood swings? Sign up for our monthly newsletter. And if you've got the means, donations of any size keep our programs running strong. As a 501c3, your gift is tax deductible where the law allows. Together, we can turn Brain Drain into America's next big breakthrough.